Ever wondered what lies within us, hidden from the naked eye yet shaping the very essence of our existence? Picture an intricate universe, a cosmos of possibilities, coiled within each cell of your body. This is the world of deoxyribonucleic acid, or as we commonly know it, DNA. This complex molecule is the blueprint of life, carrying the instructions for the growth, development, functioning, and reproduction of all living organisms. It's like a coded language, a message written with 4 letters, A, T, C, and G, representing the 4 chemical bases. These bases pair up to form the rungs of the DNA ladder, creating a unique pattern for each of us. From the color of your eyes to your susceptibility to certain diseases, your DNA holds the secrets. It even influences parts of your behavior and personality. So, prepare for an exciting journey into the heart of your being. Dive in as we unravel 5 mind-boggling facts about human DNA that will leave you amazed. Imagine a thread so thin that it's invisible to the human eye, yet so long that it could stretch to the moon and back not once, but over 5,000 times. It's an unfathomable length, isn't it? But this isn't some fantastical idea. It's the reality of the DNA in your body. This thread, this DNA, is the blueprint of life. It carries the instructions for making all the proteins in your body. And it's not just in a few cells. Every single cell in your body, from the neurons in your brain to the skin cells on your fingertips, contains this DNA. But how can something so long fit into something so small? Well, DNA doesn't just float around in your cells. It's meticulously and tightly packed into structures called chromosomes. It's a bit like folding a very, very long piece of string into a tiny box, without it getting tangled. Now let's try to grasp just how long this DNA thread is. If we could unravel all the DNA inside the cells of a single human body and lay them end to end, it would stretch to a staggering length of about 10 billion miles. That's enough to go from Earth to the moon and back over 5,000 times. It's a distance greater than the diameter of our solar system. But here's the thing, this isn't a one-time journey. Your body isn't just carrying this length of DNA once, it's carrying it all the time. Every day, every hour, every minute, every second, you're walking around carrying the distance to the moon and back thousands of times over. It's a mind-boggling fact, and it's just one of the many wonders of DNA. It's a testament to the incredible ingenuity of nature to pack such unfathomable lengths into such tiny spaces. Yes, you carry the distance to the moon and back within you thousands of times over every single day. What if you found out that your body houses an intricate book of life, written in a language only a few can comprehend? Now imagine this book isn't written in any of the languages we know, but instead, it's written in a language of molecules. This, my friends, is not science fiction, but a reality so profound that it forms the basis of our existence, our DNA. Think of your DNA as a biological book, a tome of information that is both vast and incredibly detailed. This book isn't made up of words or sentences, but rather it's composed of a sequence of 4 nucleotides: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, often abbreviated as A, T, C, and G. These nucleotides are the letters of the DNA language, and their specific order forms the sentences and paragraphs that instruct your cells how to function. Picture this: if your DNA were a book, it would be over 1 billion pages long, each page filled with a unique combination of A's, T's, C's, and G's. This sequence, this story, is what makes you, you. It's what gives you your eye color, your height, your predisposition to certain diseases, and so much more. It's a narrative so intricate and complex that we're still learning how to fully read and understand it. So how does this book get read? Well, your cells have a mechanism to decode this molecular language. They use a process called transcription to copy parts of the DNA sequence into a related molecule called RNA. This RNA then gets translated into proteins, the workhorses of our bodies, which carry out all the necessary functions to keep us alive and well. But there's more. This book of life is dynamic. It doesn't remain static. The sequence can change due to mutations, which can lead to variations in our traits or even cause diseases. It's a living document, constantly being read, copied, edited, and sometimes even rewritten. In essence, you are a living, breathing library of a unique biological book. Scene script. Have you ever felt a deep connection with your ancestors, a bond that transcends time and space? Well, this feeling might be more than just a sentiment. It's rooted in the very essence of life, our DNA. Our DNA is not just ours, but a grand inheritance passed down from the countless generations before us. It's a molecular thread that weaves us into the vast tapestry of human history. Imagine DNA as a set of instructions, a recipe, if you will, that makes you, well, you. Now, this recipe isn't entirely unique. In fact, a significant portion of it is shared with your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and so on. This is because each time a child is conceived, they receive a mix of their parents' DNA. Therefore, our DNA is a blend of our ancestors' genes, a living, breathing testament to our lineage. Now, how can we trace this lineage? How can we uncover the stories etched in our genes? This is where DNA testing comes into play. DNA testing, or genetic genealogy, uses special markers in your DNA to trace your ancestral roots. These markers are like breadcrumbs left behind by our ancestors, leading us back through time. This isn't just about tracing your family tree back a few generations. DNA testing can reveal connections to ancient populations, shedding light on your deep ancestral roots. It can uncover your ties to the Neanderthals, or the Vikings, or an ancient tribe in Africa. It's like having a time machine at your fingertips, propelling you back into the annals of human history. But remember, DNA isn't just about the past. It's a bridge that connects us to our ancestors, yes, but it's also a bridge to the future. The DNA we carry within us will be passed on to our descendants, linking us in an unbroken chain of life that stretches back to the dawn of humanity and reaches far into the future. So in a way, you're a living testament to your ancestors, carrying a piece of them within you. What if mistakes were not just part of our actions, but also of our very existence? This brings us to our fourth mind-blowing fact about the human DNA, the role of DNA mutations in evolution and diseases. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. DNA, the blueprint of life, is not infallible. It's not a perfect blueprint, but rather a living, changing entity that makes mistakes. These mistakes, known as mutations, are changes in the DNA sequence that can lead to variations in the traits they govern. Now, the word mistake often carries a negative connotation. But when it comes to DNA, these mistakes are not always detrimental. In fact, they are a vital part of evolution. Changes in DNA sequences can lead to new traits that might give an organism an advantage. Over time, these advantageous traits can become more common in a population, resulting in evolution. For example, a mutation that led to the development of opposable thumbs in our ancestors gave them an edge in survival, eventually leading to us, the modern humans. Of course, not all DNA mistakes are beneficial. Some can lead to diseases, including cancer. For instance, certain mutations can disrupt the normal control of cell growth, leading to uncontrolled division and growth of cells, which is the hallmark of cancer. But here's another interesting twist. Even these seemingly negative outcomes play an important role in shaping life. They push us to develop new ways to combat diseases, to understand our biology better, and to appreciate the fragility and complexity of life. So, you see, these DNA mistakes are not mere errors. They are a testament to the dynamic nature of life, a testament to change and adaptation. They are the silent architects of diversity and evolution, shaping life in ways we're still striving to understand. Thus, mistakes in our DNA are not just errors, but also the architects of diversity and evolution. What if we told you that a significant part of you is considered junk? Yes, you heard that right. Our sixth mind-blowing fact revolves around the concept of junk DNA. In the vast universe of our genetic makeup, a large chunk, nearly 50% of our DNA, is often labeled as junk. This term might suggest that these parts are useless or unimportant. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. Despite its seemingly derogatory name, junk DNA plays critical roles in our body. It's like the unseen director of a play, controlling and regulating the actors, the genes. This junk DNA, comprising mostly of non-coding regions, helps in regulating gene expression, protecting the DNA molecule, and maintaining the structure of our chromosomes. So the next time you hear the term junk DNA, remember, it's anything but junk. So, even what seems like junk in our DNA has a purpose, adding to the marvel that is human life. So, what does all this tell us about the marvel that is human DNA? In the unseen universe within us, we discovered an entity so small yet so impactful, the DNA. This microscopic structure, spiraling within our cells, is not just a biological component, but a testament to the essence of life itself. It's a complex world of codes and instructions, defining who we are and what we could be. Let's take a moment to marvel at the unfathomable length of our DNA. If stretched out, it would cover the distance from the Earth to the Sun and back over 100 times. A single molecule, containing so much within, truly showcases the intricate design of life. The DNA is often referred to as the Book of Life. It's an apt metaphor, as the DNA holds the script of our existence, coded in a language of 4 letters. It's a book where chapters of our past, present, and future are written, waiting to be deciphered. Our DNA doesn't just define us, it connects us to our ancestors. It's a thread that binds us to the first humans who walked this earth. It's fascinating to think that we carry within us the echoes of our distant past, the stories of our ancestors, and the seeds of our future. However, this book of life isn't devoid of errors. These DNA mistakes or mutations are not always harmful. In fact, they're a driving force behind evolution, leading to the diverse life forms we see today. And let's not forget the so-called junk DNA. Once considered useless, this part of our DNA is now known to play crucial roles, showing us that there's still so much to learn, so much to explore. Indeed, these facts highlight the complexity, wonder, and mystery of human life. They remind us that we're not just a product of our environment, but a masterpiece of nature's design. They urge us to delve deeper, to understand more, and to appreciate the grandeur of life. Indeed, our DNA is a testament to the wonder of nature, a marvel that continues to surprise, intrigue, and inspire us.